Hey guys, we're back. This is Kay,
This is Trey.
and we are here to recap episode 6, Joan the Unauthorized Rusical. Now, before we get started, I just want to say how I love once we get to this midpoint in the season, because that's when all the good, juicy stuff starts to happen. It really started last episode. I think it really kicked it off with Heidi leaving, Heidi being ganged up on, the confrontation with Jimbo and Candy. Now that may carry on through the episodes, we'll see. Heidi did probably plant a little seed in Jimbo's head, but overall season so far, how are you feeling now?
I After the episode or before the episode?
I know, right? Before the episode, since we haven't
Before
gotten
the episode, I would just say that I think that we're seeing again, and I've said it before, but I just think we're seeing a really huge involvement from the producers, and I think it's very obvious. Um, and so it doesn't feel good because it just does't feel organic, you know?
yeah. No, I agree. It definitely does not feel organic, and the judging has been very questionable up until this point. Without spoiling anything, it's honestly, I think it's getting
It's questionable this
worse. I
episode.
know it is definitely questionable this episode. So, without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get into it. So, we did not have a mirror message last week. Obviously, we did not have any of the girls eliminated, but Heidi did decide to lead a competition, which I don't even think I can talk about anymore without getting upset. But how do you just quickly now? How do you feel now about Heidi's decision?
I mean, I'm disappointed, but I'm happy she did what she needed to do. And I'm also kind of happy that she did what she did because, I if I was in her shoes, I don't think I would want to be a part of something that isn't this is supposed to be reality TV. And I know that like all reality TV has some producer involvement, but again, it's supposed to look natural. It's supposed to it's supposed to be a natural thing. And
Yeah,
I think that we can see that it's not. And
yeah,
if I was a part of those shows and I was selling this as true reality,
hmm
then I wouldn't want to be a part of it either because it's not really what's going on.
yeah. No, I agree, and that's unfortunate. And kind of going by the previews for the next episode, it seems like we may run into a similar issue like that again. And also, it was also said at Roscoe's that James at one point wanted to go home, but it wasn't something showed on camera. So it really does go to show that the producer's hand in everything is definitely really messing with the girls, and I hate that because to your point, nothing's seemingly is organic, but needless to say, we wish Heidi all the best. You know, she's still gonna do her thing, so I'm not worried about that. So here, the girls are just discussing how no one was eliminated; they were safe. They pretty much just asked everyone how they felt. The girls looked at the lipsticks, and everyone voted for Kahana. Unlike last episode, well, or the episode prior, when she was really upset that everyone pulled her lipstick. This time, she completely understood. She said, you know, it's just putting a fire under her, and she's just going to use that motivation to do better.
Hmm. Like they all say.
Like they all say exactly. And Jimbo has a moment where he kind of broke down and said how embarrassed he is,
As he should be.
as he should be, that he continues to lose lip syncs and not winning. And the funny thing to me is he says that he chokes when he gets on stage. I don't think that's true because he doesn't choke on at anything else when he gets on stage. Let's just call a spade a spade. Unfortunately, you're just not a great lip syncer. You're not a great dancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm pretty, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. He doesn't have to be a great dancer or a great performer to sell a lip sync. He's a comedian. He needs to know his role and he needs to know how to play it. And he
Mhm.
just doesn't know how to do it because he hasn't done the work. And I'm sorry, but that was not no breakdown or emotional moment. Those were some fake ass tears. I did not
Okay.
believe them.
Exactly. 'Cause if I was the other girls, like I get where you're coming from, but you're the front runner. You have 3 wins. I'm not about to feel bad for you. Like, go do the work, go practice, and look. I mean, a great example is Ben de la Creme. Ben is not a dancer, but she's won so many lip syncs, especially on her All Star season. So it's really
She's
no
like a fucking
excuse.
lip sync assassin.
Exactly. She
Honestly.
literally was. Honestly, like that's one of the lip sync assassins that we do have. That's not like a great dancer. I never really thought
Ex-
about that, but yeah,
Exactly. But she knows her role. She knows how to play it and she knows how to do it.
exactly. So the next day in the workroom, the girls notice that all of Rue's pictures have been replaced with Joan Crawford and or Faye Dunaway. So they're speculating, okay, what's going on here? So I personally I know who Joan Crawford is, but I've never seen any of her movies. Like I just know from reference, and I'll be honest with you, I probably didn't know much about her until I started watching Drag Race like 2 years ago. But
Hmm.
obviously, I believe you said you saw Mommy Dearest before, you know of her, but I did. I thought it was actually Joan. I didn't know it was Faye Dunaway playing Joan.
Oh yeah.
So this
You
is
know
Faye
that
Dunaway
actually,
right here, right?
yeah. This
Or
no, this one is Joan. This one is
okay,
Joan. That's Joan.
okay. So these two are Joan. Okay, so they
This one, that one. I'm pretty sure that's Joan. That's not Faye Dunaway. But that actually like ruined Faye Dunaway's career. Mommy Dearest did.
oh really? How?
Yes. They blackballed her in Hollywood because Joan Crawford was, I mean, she's Hollywood royalty, and
Hmm.
the book Mommy Dear, or I'm sorry, the movie Mommy Dearest is based on a book Mommy Dearest, which is told by Christina Crawford, which is the first adopted child that Joan adopted,
Hmm.
and um, it pictures her obviously as this crazy character, um, and Hollywood did not. It didn't sit well with Hollywood that Faye played the character like that and agreed to.
Oh wow.
And she got blackballed after that movie. That's just a little bit of trivia,
Oh
but
wow. Well,
but
thank
it's
you.
a really good movie. It's a really good movie in my opinion. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Some it's like it's one of those like it's not a scary movie by any means, but it's one of those scary movies you would laugh at because you're like, this is completely over the top and ridiculous.
Okay.
Um, but she was said to really be like this character. And I thought the Rusical was hilarious. Just
Yeah.
I thought it was clever. I thought it was clever.
Okay, good. See, everything was new to me. So if it was any inside jokes or puns or anything that was said, it completely went over my head. Except the usuals like "Don't f with me, fellas" or "Bring me the axe."
Yeah.
It's a very few, like 3 or 4 quotes I know from her, but that is
And those are
literally
all from
all
the
it is.
movie.
It's all from movies. So
They're all from Mommy Dearest. All
oh,
of those quotes are
they're
from
all
Mommy
from Mommy
Dearest.
Dearest. Oh
Yes.
wow, I need
Yes.
to watch
Yes.
that movie. Maybe I'll
You
watch
should.
that
It's
movie and
funny.
react to it.
You should. You should.
I
Yes.
think I will. All right, next we have RuPaul up in the workroom explaining to the girls what the next challenge is. As we already know, it's going to be Joan Crawford, the unauthorized rusical. Each contestant basically is going to be playing Joan at different stages of her career. So first, let's talk about Rue's look. I like it. I love that like royal blue, navy blue is like my favorite color. So I already love the shirt. And I don't know, the suit kind of reminds me of like Gucci, Louis Vuitton a little bit. What do you think? And I love the shoes.
Well, I love it. This is a great ensemble.
Yeah, it's a cute look. All right, so now the girls sit down and start to discuss and start listening to each part and discuss what roles that they want. Um, Candy and Jessica, of course, definitely want the same role. But before we get to that, first we go through and the roles that were easily given out or taken. So James, he's gonna play the mommy dearest role with her adopted daughter. Then we have Lala Ree, who is gonna do play as Mildred Pierce. It's kind of like the voguing era, I
Hmm.
suppose, of Joan Crawford. Then we have Jimbo playing whatever happened to Baby Jane, Joan Crawford at her, I guess later in life when she was a little bit older. And then we have Kahana Montrese playing Joan Crawford when she was at her youngest, the MGM Grand, the women. And then we have Alexis Michelle. Technically, did not originally want this part because it was the country part, but she's gonna do the mommy dearest when she's in the courtroom when she gives the famous line, "Don't f- with me, fellas." So Candy and Jessica wants the same role, so they're choosing between Bring Me the X and No More Wire Hangers, which I think is like two of the most popular, and that's why they're going for it. So the two girls decide to audition. I would just love to hear what did you think about this audition for the role of No More Wire Hangers?
I felt like all of the conflict, including Alexis Michelle's conflict, it was all contrived. Like it just all seemed like put on for the camera. It didn't seem real. I don't feel like Jessica really wanted that role because Jessica did really well in the role that she got,
She
which
did.
also seemed like more her style.
I agree.
Um, I feel like it was all pushed by producers. I don't really believe there was any conflict. Though I do think that Candy played the right role and I think Jessica played the right role. And I do think that Alexis Michelle, though I don't think that it was anything transcending,
Mhm.
she did well in her character as well.
Yeah. Now that I kind of think back on it, I wish Alexis would have fought harder for one of these two roles because just knowing, her music theater background and she knows all about Joan Crawford. Like I really wanted to see her stand out in one of the most popular roles, I could guess you say, if we talk about choreography and songwriting. But I mean, she still did good on her role. But afterwards, I know I saw some reactions already. It's kind of funny how people were kind of talking about Jessica. They're like, "Girl, why you want that role where you can't even say wire hangers?" I was like, "Y'all are shady,
Oh,
so
that is
shady."
so shady
I
for
know
real. That's so disrespectful.
that. I was like, "Y'all are wrong for that." But Candy ended up winning. And then we go to the booth with Leland, where they actually start recording their songs. So we start out with James Manfield. James Manfield pretty much went in. He had started out good right away. At least the edit shows that he was gonna do good. Leland liked what he was showing. Now, when we get to Kahana Montrese, she definitely was a little bit toned down and show her struggling with her voice and her pitch. But
Mhm.
eventually, from the edit, they show she got it together a little bit. Then we get the Candy, and everybody keep calling her her voice like the Cookie Monster. So Candy did start off a little bit struggling, but toward the end, she definitely was able to get something that Leland appreciated. I can't remember why I put this clip in, but Candy was talking about James, how she was like, "Damn, James is doing really good." She was like, "I see you, girl. I got you." So
Mhm.
once we get to Lala, what did you think about Lala?
I love Lala. Like I love her
You think she
because
cannot do no wrong?
I do. I do. I can't even vote on her like fairly because I love her.
Yeah.
But I, you know what I like about Lala, and you know why I think like I want to root for her so much is because she's clearly the underdog,
Yeah. She
and
is now.
but I know, but she's got it. She's the underdog, but she's got it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? All she needs for her drag is just a little bit of money. That's it.
That's it. I agree.
If
That's
she would
literally
be like the perfect drag queen. You seen she been safe. What's been holding her back is not her personality and it's not her execution in whatever challenge put in front of her. It's her runways that's been holding her back.
it. Exactly. Yep.
And she's really, really good. Now, do I think that I could hear it was just kind of like Kahana finally got it at the end. I could hear that they got enough good stuff that they could have, auto
Yeah.
tuned it and did what they need to do to make it sound good, give it the RuPaul special.
Exactly.
But,
Okay. That's a false special. I know that's right.
you know, but, like, I just know she has it. And I think she, at some level, knows she has it, but I also think she still sees herself as an underdog because she just doesn't have the funding that she needs to,
Mhm.
like, bring some of the outfits and some of the fashion that the other queens have brought.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And based off the edit with her right now, I mean, she did do good enough. So to your point, she got all the goods. It's just we'll get into that more a little bit later when we get to the runway. But yeah, she just needs more funds, and she would be amazing. She already amazing drag queen, but it'll elevate her to the level that she deserves to be at, basically.
Yeah.
Now we get to Jimbo and Jimbo. um, he had a funny warming up moment at the beginning. I was like, what is he doing? He was just doing his own voice work. He was like, okay, I'm ready. And then they got started. But Jimbo, just like the rest of them, it was up in the air. Some did seem like they were doing well. Some started out struggling with the vocals and they got there. Jimbo was one of them. But when we got to Jessica could they kept trying over and over to get her to say axe, and she kept saying ass. So she's like, bring me the ass. So they all made a funny joke about that. But eventually, at the end, she got it. So then, of course, we get Alexis Michelle, and Alexis does her thing. I think she did great. I'm not gonna say great, but did a good job while practicing. So next we get to choreography, where it is Adam Shankman, who is one of the director, who's a famous director. One of the things that he have done was Hairspray, which I did not know. So I personally haven't seen Hairspray, but I know exactly what it is. I know all about it. But I'll be honest, when I was younger, like musicals weren't my favorite. So I'm now starting to catch up on famous musicals now, but Jessica definitely knew. A lot of the girls knew who she was, but definitely knew who he was. She was really excited for it. To put it that she worked with Adam on her resume. So we start off with Kahana. She struggled a little bit, which was surprising to me, obviously, because she does the live show in Vegas. So I thought she'll be a little bit quicker when it came to catching on to choreography, but she did not catch on that fast. It was so funny. Adam was like, "Hilla, I'm older than you. I know you're not gonna let me put my leg up higher than you." As soon as he said that, Alexis like, "Child, let me get my leg up to see what I can do." I just thought that clip was funny. Then we get to Lala Reed. Lala Reed definitely started off doing good. She got the choreo down packed. Adam loved what he was seeing with Lala, loved her facial expressions. So Lala is shown that she's going to do good with the choreography. Now James, on the other hand, struggled a lot, and I love what he said during judging. He was like, James had more left feet than an abandoned mannequin factory. When
I
those
bet
at
he
the
used that
retail
one
and
for
no random
okay.
mannequin pieces. Oh man, I thought that was so funny. But as expected, we talked about in the last, we talked about it before how we already knew who we anticipated struggling this episode, and James was definitely one of the girls that we discussed. Now,
Hmm.
Jessica, on the other hand, did an amazing job, even to the point where Adam was like, "Are you a dancer?" Which is very clear because Jessica caught on to the choreography really fast. Now we have
Can
Alexis.
we just back up for a second though? Because I
Yeah.
have a question in regards to Jessica.
Mhm.
So she's a dancer
Yeah.
and she be dancing.
She be dancing.
And but I feel like the last few times I've seen her in lip syncs over the years, she
Real.
don't be dancing.
Oh, you know what?
She
I
be
mean,
resting on gimmicks.
yeah, she does rest on gimmicks a lot, and I noticed that in this competition specifically.
But
But
obviously, yeah, like the titties. But I just don't, I don't get it. Cause she is a dancer. She's good. She's a good dancer.
yeah, because even when she was a lip sync assassin, I can't remember the lip sync, but I remember everyone going up for it. Which was a lip sync assassin on season 6 All
Season
Stars,
6, yeah.
and
But she rested on her titties too,
oh, she did
didn't
then as
she?
well. I can't
I
remember the lip.
want to say she did.
Oh wow.
I want to say she did.
Whew. Now that's the first thing I'm gonna notice every time I watch. Like I already noticed it, but to your point, I never. Every time I saw her lip sync, I forgot that she was a dancer. It's obvious the way that she moves. She's a dancer, so I'm curious why she doesn't bring that in, or maybe she's gonna save it for later in the finale if she makes it that far. Who knows?
True.
But
I just
it's
feel
time.
maybe I just don't feel. I don't remember her. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll just say it's time for her to utilize that talent.
Yeah, I just don't ever remember thinking to myself like, oh, like friends like Alyssa. Like when I think of Alyssa, I know she's a dancer. I
Yeah,
know she's a choreographer, and I see it in her performance, and I can look back at her performances and see she's a dancer. Like, you know what I mean? And
okay, you're right.
I feel like with Jessica's storyline, she's a dancer, and we're pushing that she's a professional dancer and she's a choreographer and all this stuff, but I don't ever remember her being like specifically known as a dancer.
Not me, other than when it's talked about on the show when she talks about it or refers to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Is
Has she
someone
ever been
plugging
in
a
a
business?
live show in Vegas? I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Probably will be after this season, but
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, not sure. Then we have Alexis. Alexis does. She starts off struggling like most of the girls, but seems to get a little bit better as we go along. But poor Jimbo didn't stand a chance. Like he couldn't get even the simplest steps done to where Adam was like, "You're overcomplicating this. Like I'm literally just telling you to sidestep twice, and you're not even getting that." But which was another girl that we assumed to not do a great job, honestly, on this, and you know, it's obvious here in while they're practicing. And then we have Candy. Then we have these giant hangers. They're doing the choreography here. And it definitely shows Candy as a bad, showing Candy in a bad edit that she's not getting it at all. And it doesn't even get to the point to during practice when she got it. So we're just left in the air under the assumption that Candy's gonna do bad this episode.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like they were pushing it too the whole time, talking about how bad she did the last time she did a dance challenge or a Rusical challenge.
Yeah,
Which I don't even think she really did bad her first Rusical. It just wasn't on par with the other girls.
exactly. All right, and then this part is going to be a little bit backwards because I just noticed how I did the pictures. But we have Marcel Visage looking great with some soft curls. We have T.S. Madison looking good as always, looking a little bit more glam than Hoochie this episode. And then, of course, we have Adam Shakeman back, um, who's dressed pretty well. Then we have RuPaul, and when I tell you, when she walked out and I saw this outfit, I was going crazy. It looked so good. So, what did you think of this outfit?
Oh, she looks gorgeous.
Amazing.
She looks gorgeous, and I don't know if it's the headpiece or if it's the wig, but her hairline looks better this episode to me
It
as well.
does. It could have been the piece, but who knows? But it does. It definitely looks so much better.
You know, she look good.
Yeah, she does. All right. So next or first, we're getting into the musical. First up, we have Kahana Montrese, and if you want to start off with this, please, I would love to hear how you felt about Miss Kahana's performance.
I thought Kahana did good, personally. I thought she did good. I thought that she looked like she having fun.
Yeah.
And she knows the steps.
Hmm.
I think she looks good and I think she's having a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I think she did a great job with her choreography. I definitely don't think that this was a bottom performance by any means. The only thing that I think that she slipped up on was her lip syncing and her facial expressions, because at times where it was like a longer note or something like that, her face did not match the energy, or where the song did have its highs, it didn't match the energy with the highs. So that's all I can say about it. But as far as getting the choreo down, and she wasn't bad at lip sync, it was just times where it was required to elevate or push a little bit more energy. It didn't match her facial expressions. But overall, I definitely think that Kahana did a good job. Next, we have James Mansfield. I personally thought James struggled. One, I will say this isn't the most choreographed, intense role or performance out of all of them, but it still had some choreography in it, and I just felt like it felt a little bit flat to me. It was just a little bit boring, but I think she could have pushed it a little bit harder to make it at least a better performance, regardless of the light choreography that it calls for. What do you think?
I agree. It was funny. It was, I mean, I thought it was funny. I thought she did a okay job, but it wasn't anything spectacular, you know. But
Yeah,
it wasn't horrible either, though.
yeah, no, it wasn't horrible. Up next, we have Candace Muse now. I was completely shocked with Candy, just based off, of course, her first musical where she was technically sent home before RuPaul saved her. But this musical, I definitely think Candy did a great job. I thought it could have been a little bit more highs and lows in her voice tone when it came to the singing part, but that may
Hmm.
be just something that Candy just absolutely can't control. But I think she did great with her facial expressions. I think she did great with the actual lip sync. She matched the energy of each part and each emotion of the song. And she did a great job with the choreography. So I definitely would say she deserved to be in the top for this performance.
100%. I think the other thing that's really underrated with Candy in this performance as a whole is her background. Like I felt like she was scene stealing the whole time. Like my eyes just kept going to her. I
Yeah,
don't know if it was her dress. I don't know what it was, but even like when Alexis was performing, I couldn't even look at Alexis. I was looking at Candy. When Jessica
yeah,
was performing, like I was going back and forth because all the performances were actually pretty good. But like Candy kept stealing my attention in the bag. The
yeah,
only person I think that kept my attention the whole time, other than Candy, like me going back to Candy in the background,
yeah.
was La Ree,
Lala, yeah,
which we'll get into her performance in a second. But
exactly. All right, next we have Jessica with Bring Me the Axe. And let's start with you first. What did you think?
what do you see Candy in the background?
Yeah, yes.
Look, no, you can't stop looking at her.
I
Look,
know I can't
honestly,
now.
let me stop being disrespectful to Jessica like that.
I know.
Um,
I,
I think Jessica did a really good job.
yeah.
I think she did a really good job, and she looks beautiful.
She
She did.
does.
She did a good job.
She did. I think it started out slow, but she got into the rhythm very quick and picked it up. And I think she ended very good. Because at the beginning, I was like, okay, not bad. But toward the middle of the end, I definitely found myself jumping up in my seat, kind of dancing with her. Like, okay, wow, like she's matching the energy and the intensity of this song perfectly. So
Hmm.
I definitely think she did a great job.
And this is another reason why I think that them going back and forth was bogus because this part was meant for her.
It was definitely meant for her, for sure. Good job, Jessica. She's starting to. Something tells me she's going to make it to the top four. Just the way that
Oh,
she's.
they pushing her, honey.
Yeah, she's definitely
I
going to make
don't.
it to the top four.
I still stand beside the fact that she should not have won the ball challenge.
I,
And the only reason that the group challenge they did well was because of the editing in the
mm,
group challenge.
yep,
So, but I definitely think that she's one of the people that the producers are pushing.
for
And
sure.
I would say, I don't know if I'm mad about it, but I'm not happy
I'm
about
not
it.
mad about it. I do like Jessica. I just want it to be deserved, and
Literally.
she did good this episode, but she definitely didn't deserve that win. I just want to see her step it up a little bit more because she's not she hasn't proven herself yet to be like a top contender like Jimbo,
Hmm.
so but
Hmm.
we'll see what the next few episodes bring. Next, we have your girl.
Hmm.
Lala Reed. Lala absolutely killed this. I think now, did I think she could push the intensity just a little bit more when it came to her body movements? I think just a tad bit more. I think she could have, but overall, I think she did great. She had the best choreography. I think she had one of the songs with the best lyrics, and
Hmm.
she embodied this era of Joan Crawford. You know
Oh,
what I
she
mean?
ate.
Like she ate.
This was so good. This was good.
Yeah,
This was really good. She should be very proud. She definitely did the best out of all the girls in this performance.
yeah. I would say definitely top deserved to be in the top for this. The only thing that didn't give her that win was her runway. But
Hmm.
once we get to that, we're gonna talk about that because I have a few things to say.
Let's go.
Okay. Next, we got Alexis at the hoedown.
Next. No, just playing.
Not next. I
Now,
personally
hey, God, look at Candy. Look at Candy.
don't. You gotta stop.
She is
Next time,
into it,
she
100%.
is into it
I'm
though. Look
sorry.
at James. Did you see James in the back? Look at Jim Paul in
Hmm.
the wheelchair. But look at Lala like she tired, seeing like somebody underneath the back door
Literally.
and ready to go. But I think Alexis did really good. I think the only downfall for her was that it was the song. I think if Alexis would have had another part, Alexis would have won. I personally think Alexis was in a running to win. I thought, her choreography wasn't like the most dance intense, but I think that she did a great job with the choreography that she had. I think out of everyone, she looked the most like Joan Crawford and her facial expressions, everything. I think Alexis did a great job. I could not believe she was safe. She deserved to win or be like second place.
Oh, hell no.
The
She did
only
not
thing, the
deserve to
only reason I
win.
don't think that she should have won is because she didn't have the right song and choreography. Like it wasn't the best out of all the chosen roles. But I'm sorry, Alexis deserved a high place, a top placement.
I think she did good. I disagree with you a little bit because I don't think that she did everything she could have did. To me, here's the thing. To me, she looked like too relaxed. She didn't bring enough energy to the role. That's what it was. She's doing a great job, don't get me wrong, But she looks like one of those people. This looks like a rehearsal, like a dress rehearsal to me, versus the actual show. And I
Mm,
don't know if that's like. I mean, I just think about like I don't know when I used to be in like because I used to be in theater.
yeah.
Um, when I would do dress rehearsals, like you're supposed to go full out, right? But
Mhm.
most of the time, people didn't. I would say 9 times out of 10, especially with like the first dress rehearsal. But like she looked like this was a dress rehearsal, or she was doing a mic check.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that she could have pushed way more because to the point that you made, this is her challenge. This is what she's made for. This is the type of girl she is.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
she looks stunning. I would say I think the makeup, it looks good on her. I don't necessarily think it looks like Joan Crawford. I think it could have been way more exaggerated, especially because this is a movie moment. This is when she's in that conference room, like you were saying earlier,
Hmm.
and she's, saying, "Don't fuck with me, fellas." This is this is Joan when she's older
Yeah.
and more set in her ways and in her specific makeup. I think that her makeup could be a lot more Joan, but the outfit is spot on. She
Yeah.
looks gorgeous and she did a good job, but she didn't give me what I expected out of her,
Yeah.
especially being from the first musical she was in,
Mm,
knowing she's got the theater background. I just feel like she could have pushed way more.
mm. Okay. Now, this was supposed to be a scene from Mommy Dearest too, right? The courtroom scene. Is that correct?
It's a conference room, yeah,
Conference room. Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely gotta watch this movie, but okay. I do get what you're saying, but you do you think it deserved a safe? Well, obviously you believe Candy and Lala did better than her, so yeah, I guess I would consider it. Well, what about Jessica? Do you think she did better than Jessica? Like, did she
I think she
deserve?
did better than I
Yeah.
think she did better than Jessica, but because I think that even though I don't think she was going full out, she was most consistent throughout.
Hmm.
But I definitely, as far as the performance as a whole, Candy and Lala definitely did better than her,
Yeah.
100% in the Rusical. But
Yeah.
I think you're also factoring in her runway because her runway is really good, and I know we'll talk about it
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
But
I
like
am.
but I do think if they did a top three, which I did they do a top three?
Yeah, because it was Jessica, Lala, and Candy.
I don't. I gotta. We'll have to see the pictures of Alexis. Well, I know Alexis did really well on the runway. I don't remember what Jessica wore.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I do. We'll get to it because
Okay.
I think some people, from what I've seen, some people are loving it, and I don't think it's as good as it is. But we'll get to that. Next, we have your girl Jimbo,
My girl. Okay.
who I
I'm claiming her
personally,
now.
who I personally think should have won. I'm just, but we all know Jimbo did not do a great job. She was stiff. Even her lip sync facial expressions were a little bit stiff. She did have enough dance sequences where she could have turned it out, but she basically gave what she gave on UK versus the world, just stiff, not into it. Like, just, I don't know. It just looked like she was in practice still, honestly, but obviously not a great job to me. What do you think?
She did the worst out of all the girls. She was
You did
clearly the worst.
well. Yeah,
She was the worst. She was the weakest link.
she
She was
was.
horrible
And
compared to the other girls. I would say the next closest person to her was James,
I agree.
and James would have won an Oscar compared to her.
Yep.
Like she was horrible. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. And
absolutely.
Jimbo is definitely a front runner in the competition, and Jimbo is definitely talented. But Jimbo did the worst, hands down, without a doubt, in this lip sync Rusical. It was horrible,
Yeah, I agree. So,
and I'm disappointed.
yeah, I'm completely disappointed too. So, this is the Rusical. So, I think the last few seasons there has been amazing musicals.
Hmm.
So, how would you compare this one up from the last few that we have? Say season 14, season 15.
Child. So I was expecting a lot,
Yeah,
especially the fact that the preview last week had Michelle saying that this was one of
I
the best
know.
musicals ever. It wasn't. It was
No,
good. It definitely wasn't the worst, but it definitely
yeah,
was nowhere near the best. It was
no,
okay.
not at all. Not at all. I think this out of the last few that we've seen, I think this one is probably the lowest. Like I would not come back and watch this one again, but like
Mm-mm.
Moulin Rouge, I went back and watched numerous times. You know,
Hello, come on, Moulin Rouge.
even what was the name of the musical? Um, from season 15, it was about the drag race band. I can't remember what it was
Oh,
called, but I even went back
wig
and
loose.
watched that. Wig Loose, that's right. Oh yeah, Wig Loose. Oh yeah, that was a great one. I went back and watched that one numerous times, but yeah, this didn't compare to it, but it wasn't a bad musical. Like there were great performances, like Lala performance. I'll go back and watch. Candy's performance. I'll go back and watch. But I think those were probably the only two people I would actually go back and watch, and that's it. So,
Hmm.
all right, now it's time for the runway. We're about to get into eight or hate. First up, we have Kahana Matrice. Wilma, start us out. Oh my gosh, why did I say that?
Okay, so here's the thing. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's gorgeous. I don't necessarily think that. I think this is something she already had and she made it fit
Yeah.
the challenge. Because this is not, to me, this is not giving Grace Jones. This
No,
is
it's
giving Las Vegas Showgirl.
yeah.
Though it is gorgeous, I don't think it really fits the assignment.
Okay. So you'll
But
get
it is gorgeous. The outfit is a hate. I mean, it's an eight. I'm sorry, it's eight.
yeah.
She ate. I love the outfit, but I don't
I
think that this
mean,
really fits the assignment. So I give it a soft eight.
okay. I do agree. Although I love this outfit. Originally, she said that because the outfits that they get, they could only get outfits from Getty Images. So anything that was outside of Getty Images, like music videos and stuff like that, she couldn't do. So she said Grace Jones had another like rose petal look that she really wanted to do, but then they told her that she couldn't do it anymore. So she said she basically had to pivot into like the next closest thing that looked like it. So
Mm.
I'm
But
like,
there you
okay,
go.
there you go. But to your point, it is too vague. She Vegas-fied it. Like I do love the outfit. It looked great. Now we went to a show in Vegas and she came out in this. I'll be like, work. Like it looks great. But to your point, it didn't even look like the outfit Grace Jones had on. Slightly it did, but with the Vegas embellishments. If you're gonna do some other embellishments, do something else because we already seen the showgirl thing. So I'm gonna give it a soft eight as well, but I just wish it was a little bit closer to the brief because one, this is one of our first times having 1,000 nights of number
Grace
one,
Jones.
Grace Jones, and someone that is known for her looks and her conceptual clothes and things like that. I just kind of wish she would have went more towards fashion art instead of showgirl. But
Yeah.
again, I'll give it a soft eight.
And I want to see this rose petal look.
I know. I need to look. I should have looked it up and put a
I'm looking it up
screenshot
right
of it.
now, but I don't see it, honey.
Yeah, because even when she said it, they didn't show a picture of it. So I'm like, okay. But she said that at Roscoe, so of course they're not gonna show a picture of it.
Mm.
All right, up next we have James Mansfield giving us a foxtail.
Child,
The
please.
look, this look, I'm sorry, is hate for me. I personally, it number one depend. I know that she already said in the last episode that she lost weight during this competition, but I think the hoodie part is too baggy. I think the pants is too baggy. I think like the bodysuit in general just fits too baggy. I don't like the color combination with it. Maybe it could have been the lighting, but you'll notice in the actual Grace Jones outfit, it was more of like a dark gold bronze color, but hers is like a copper color. Then she has like those reddish copper boots to go with it. To me, it just didn't look good. It's like out of all the outfits that you could have picked, this is the one that you went for. But I give it a hate.
I hate it. I hate it. I think I said this to you already, but to me, this looks like something she already had and she just added it.
Yeah.
This is like something that Corella Deville would wear
Yeah.
as James Mansfield, if that makes sense.
It
Like
does.
I could just see her already having this as a costume, maybe at least just like the foxtail part, and
Yeah.
maybe she wore a different bodysuit underneath. But this is not it. This was like, I'm sorry, this is a no. This is
Yeah.
supposed to be high fashion one, like it's Grace Jones,
Yeah.
and you're giving like Hobby Lobby.
Oh.
I don't like it.
Okay, Joanne's Fabrics, Michael.
Okay, yeah, this looks not it.
Nah, it's definitely not it.
Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree.
The Dollar Tree. Exactly. Oh man, no, I agree 100%. Sorry, James, but it's gonna be a double hate for you. Next, we have Condoleezza Muse.
Bitch,
Now,
she ate. I'm sorry.
I think she definitely ate too. I love this is one of the better concepts of Grace Jones' outfit. The only thing I have to say about it is it's another leotard with stuff on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Candy, like they call out everybody. Like they called out James already about being the same. You called out other queens in the later
Mhm.
season about the same thing. Why aren't they saying anything to Candy now? Like it's an eight. I love the concepts. The other thing about it is that I feel like the construction is a little bit off because it is a little floppy
Yeah.
to me. But I do love the headpiece, and if you notice, the headpiece, the quotation mark is a K for Candy.
Hmm.
I thought that was cute,
That's
but
clever.
it was very clever. But I would give this a soft eight. I do like it. I just think that some the details could be a little bit better. And you see how Grace Jones, how the black piece in the middle goes down, similar
All
to
the
like
way.
a tight skirt. She should have
Hmm.
went with that.
No, I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
And it would have gave it a different silhouette and it would have been perfect, honestly.
I
But I
agree.
still give it a soft eight.
Same. I'll go with that. I think she ate. I think the look does look good. I think she does
Yeah.
look good. And I think that she was clever. But I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, it's she could have pushed it further because it's not necessarily like the outfit that Grace Jones wore. She still has her legs out and is wearing a
Exactly.
leotard. But to
Candy
your point, why is it okay that she does it and nobody else? Because you know, one of the most amazing queens that always had a bodysuit on is
Who?
my girl, Miss
Mallory.
Vanjie.
Oh, Vanjie. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they definitely called her out on season
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, they did. They definitely called her out a lot. But she did have a lot of leotards, though. But
She
still,
did
you're going to call one out, call them all.
call them out.
All right. So next up, we have Jessica Wilde. And she's coming out in this
Oh, I
beautiful
remember this.
purple color. I think the color's perfect. I love that purple. I think it looks good. I just think it's simple, to be honest with you.
I don't
Gra-
like it.
Gra- Grace Jones version to me definitely looked better because it looked a lot more sleek.
Hmm.
Um, the hoodie piece was like a lighter. It turned into a lighter material from the dress. I like Grace Jones color better, to be honest with you. It was more like a magenta, like
Hmm.
fuchsia, something like that. It looked better. But to me, Jessica versions look like the Wish knockoff version of Grace Jones.
But you're not lying. It's the Equate brand. I and I'm sorry, but I know I'm probably gonna get right in the comments for saying this.
Oh
I
my!
just know I am, but I
What
just
are you
gotta
about to
say it.
say?
I hate the hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
My thing is she cannot do Grace Jones' hair, and it is okay. She doesn't need to
Yeah.
do
Exactly.
something different because you didn't do the same outfit either. So just do
Exactly.
different hair. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I feel like she could have came out with her bald head with
I
that
was
hat
just
on,
about to say that.
and that would
Oh,
have been really pretty.
that would
And
have been so good.
and can someone help me understand why she got her hood tucked behind her ears?
Yeah, to show off the earring. Why? Like,
I don't know what it was for. The hat, I don't know.
nah,
But I hate the hair. I hate the hair. I hate the hood. I
yeah,
think if she would have, and to your point, this does not look like they don't look the same.
they don't look the same. No,
I didn't like it.
look like a
I didn't like it at
costume. It
all.
looked like a costume compared to Grace. Like Grace looked like it's something off the runway. Hers like a costume, and I don't think the shoulder pads and the sleeves helped it at all either.
No, yeah, I didn't. But they said they liked the sleeve.
They said that. Yeah, they did. But to the sleeves to me makes it more costume and less fashion.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. Sorry, Jessica. It's gonna be a hate for me. Next, we got your girl, La La Ree, coming out with the moon face mask, the big black bow on the hat, and a patent leather long sleeve dress and thigh high boots. What do you think?
So I feel like this looks better to me than what Jessica gave us,
Yeah.
but it's still maybe what's a step up from Wish? It's the Amazon version.
Exactly. Exactly.
This
Amazon
the
Prime.
Amazon version, but I do maybe not Prime, but Amazon. No, I'm just
Yeah.
playing. I like the concept. I like the look, but it definitely did not deliver. It didn't deliver,
And
and
then,
I want to know why she decided to cover up her head like with the headpiece because I just felt like she could have really. I don't know, like this would have been her time. You know what I mean?
and just like the judges said it, this was her time. Out of everybody, she had the best build, body, look, skin complexion, bald head, even.
Hmm.
To really represent for Grace Jones, and the fact that they show Lala in all these previous like professional photo shoot looks as Grace Jones, it's like I can't believe out of all looks she chose this one. And just like Jessica's, I'm sorry, but to me, this is like you said, this is the Amazon version of what the real look is. And this is one thing I hate, and I really wish Lala would have waited a little bit more and came back. But at the same time, like even when I look at Lala Reed's like followers, she only got like 170,000 followers compared to everybody else. Like Lala Reed is completely underrated, and I think she
Hmm.
probably had to come back this time to get her name out there again, so she can start getting more bookings, and things like that. And she wanted to
Hmm.
redeem herself from a bad look. I hope this season does it for her. But I would have just loved to see her come back with money and the look to just ready to go. Just imagine how much more her like she already has high confidence now. Just imagine how much more confidence she would have had. But
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, She has all the goods and she just needs some fun. But
Yeah,
she's really, really great. She's a really great drag queen.
yeah, she is. But unfortunately, this look just looks cheap, and I'm gonna have to give it a hate. You could have won, Lala.
I give it a soft hate.
Yeah. All right, next we have the person who I think has the best look of the night, and that is going to be Alexis Michelle. Now, if Lala had this look, she would have won. Absolutely love the samurai inspired. I love the gloves. I love the headpiece. It kind of gives me rating for Mortal Kombat, a fashion rating.
Hmm. Hmm.
And her makeup and that bald head looks so good. I'm
And can
definitely
I just
giving
pop
her
in
a.
and say, can she please just shave her head?
Can
Because it
she?
doesn't look, she looks good bald headed.
She looks great bald headed. Like,
No,
probably
this
in
is
the
the
next
best
5 years we're
outfit.
gonna see her with that look. But this is the best I've seen her makeup and seen her look this competition thus far.
This looks good. This looks really good.
I love this side of Michelle. Alexis, I'm about to say Michelle, Alexis Michelle. Not just the theater like gowns. Like I want to see her start dressing a little bit more edgy. Like this is a
Yeah,
good look for her.
she ate.
She ate for sure. Last and not least, we have Jimbo. So I was like, when I first saw this, I'm like, is that a hair or is that a hat? I'm like, was that a hair hat?
It's the hair hat.
But I think it's a great look. It's one of the better looks of the night. Honestly, I'd say it's probably the second or third best look of the night. I
I
like
agree.
the hair. I like the makeup. Love the dress. It looks just like the one that Grace Jones had on. It's definitely an 8 for me.
She ate. This was some redemption. I don't necessarily. I She looks good.
Yeah, she looks good. All right. So next, we'll quickly go through the fame games. So first, we have Monica Beverly Hills. Let's make this quick. Yes, it. I mean, it looks better than the one Grace Jones had on, but is this really a look that you would want to go for if you're doing Grace Jones? This is a hate for me. I'm sorry.
This is a
It's
hey. I don't
so
like
simple.
it. She looks
Just
a
a
man.
black bathing suit with a cover up on. Sorry, Monica. Hate from both of us. Next, we have Nene Lopez, which
Come on,
I'll give
Nene.
I'll give her credit. She actually made this herself. So I'll give her credit for that. It looks good. Her body looks good. But remember how I told you on the phone yesterday that it's going to remind you of her first runway, the
Mhm.
ice blue bodysuit? That's what
Nope.
it's giving. Do you like her version better than Grace Jones?
Nope.
Me either. But
And it's giving another bodysuit.
it's giving
Like
another bodysuit.
I just I don't know. Like they should like. Is this all you wear? I don't know. Like what?
Yeah.
It's something like I don't
Yeah.
know.
But I still give it a soft 8 though, because I do like the bodysuit. And the fact that
It's,
she made it herself, it's good.
it's a soft eight.
Yeah. Next,
Bitch
next
got me yawning.
we have
Okay.
this Kasha Davis. I'm like, come on, coming out looking like I'm Lady Gaga. Grace Jones said I did it first. So we
Okay.
have an origami expired dress, and I do like it. I'll give it a soft 8. I wish it had more dimension, a little more 3D, as if Grace Jones did, because to me, Miss Kasha Davis, it just looks a little flat. You see how it doesn't come out. You see how it falls flat as opposed to Grace
Hmm.
Jones, it sticks out and give you kind of
Hmm.
like 3D origami. Kasha just kind of falls flat, but I still think it's a decent look for her, and I'll give it a soft 8.
She giving me this is giving Eveline costume from the Wiz
Oh, come on, Evelyn.
without the jewels. But You know what? I
One
gotta
more
give
thing
I,
before you say it. Bam.
hey. Well, in this case, no,
Okay. I know that's right.
nah. Listen, I was okay. I gotta. This is not swaying my decision. This is what I was going to say in the beginning. I wanted to make that clear. I gotta give Kasha an 8 for this because this is the best she's looked on this runway.
Yeah, yeah,
And this, I think, is her best outfit that she's worn on the runway. And I'm so happy that she pulled this out. I really, really am. I think this is really, really good
I agree.
for her.
For her, exactly. This is a really good look for her. And
And she
I,
did.
I'll still give
The,
it a soft 8 because of what I said, but it's still, if it wasn't for that, it would have been an 8 for sure. But to your point,
absolutely.
I do, this is my favorite thing that she's worn on a
On the
runway. And I
runway.
wish that she would have had this boldness from the beginning.
Hmm.
But good job. Last we have Miss Darian Lake, and I absolutely love this.
Darian is winning the same game.
Like Darian ate this, okay? And honestly, to me, it looks better than Grace Jones' version. Because like Grace Jones just have like black pants on. She gave it a little bit more dimension. Like she made it come to life. I love the sunglasses. I love the neck and earring piece, the head piece. Like she ate
She
this.
ate this. This looks great.
It was really
She
good.
looks good.
She does.
She looks really good.
So far, I already know your answer. But who do you think is winning the Fame Games so far?
Darian Lake.
I agree. Darian Lake is eating this episode. Last episode, like she killed it. So
And her other runways. So let me ask you so we can just clarify. But Fame Games, it started from episode one. Like, we're not just judging what they're posting. Like, if they didn't get eliminated from the competition, we have to go back and look at their other looks too, right?
that's what you know. What I was thinking the same thing. Because I'm like, what about like the last girl that gets eliminated before they, choose the Fame Game winner? Like she's only gonna have like one or two outfits compared to say Naisha, Monica, who's gonna have a lot. So I'm
So
curious on how that's
it's
gonna
all
work.
runways.
So
Well,
oh yeah, it's all runway. Yeah, yeah, it's only runway. What is
well,
based
all
off
of
of?
them is all of, as far as all the runways are
Oh well, yeah.
concerned,
So
Darian has had the best runway out of all these girls that are in the Fame Games right
better
now.
in it. Yep, I agree. She has. Yep. You remember the basketball net one? I still love that.
Oh yes, no,
So
that was
good.
really good.
I know. Well, all right. So that's our runway. Then we get down to the nitty gritty. So the safe girls are Jimbo and Alexis. Top three are Candy, Lala, and Jessica. And then our bottom girls are Kahana and James. We've kind of already touched on it, but just quickly, you don't have to give reasoning. Who should have been in the top and who should have been in the bottom? I'll start. If it was the top three, it should have been Candy, Lala, and Alexis.
Agreed.
Save should have been Jessica and Kahana, and the bottom should have been Jimbo and James.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yep. All right, so Candy ends up winning the challenge. And then we get into the secret lip sync assassin who has to be no other than your Southern Belle from ATL. She Hollywood, but she still country, country, country is hell. I'm sorry, I love that song. You remember that was her talent show song or her season?
Yes.
So we have Miss Angeria Paris Van Michaels. Angeria is also one of those people that when you look at, she makes you smile and like laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because she got
Hmm.
that silly like laugh, like smile. I don't know. It's cute though. But they're lip syncing to "I'm Not Perfect, but I'm Perfect for You" by Grace Jones. Now this lip sync to me was okay. I don't. think that, I mean, this was an okay lip sync song to lip sync to. I think they definitely could have done better. I think Angeria kind of took the slave slash comedic route, while Candy was just focused on one thing throughout the whole lip sync, which personally I think worked better for me with a song like this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you think?
Candy ate this lip sync.
She did.
She did really good. I think she did really, really good.
It was
She
hers.
sold the song to me. I don't think anybody. I don't want to see nobody else lip sync to this song.
Okay. No, she had the perfect energy for the song to me. To me, and Jerry was just kind of doing too many like little funny things that just did not fit with the song at all to me. So I agree. Candy definitely should have won. So which she did. And she ended up picking James to go home. Was this a shock for you?
No.
No, it wasn't for me because again, James had two bottoms, no wins. Kahana had three bottoms and at least one win. And I do personally think Kahana did better in the challenge than James did overall. James could not have done the choreo that Kahana did, not easily. And Kahana could have done what James did. So I know a lot of people upset that Kahana stayed over James. I'm really happy that I got to see who James was this season. I think James is a great drag queen. I think James is funny, but I don't see how James would have made it to the top four though, based off what she showed us so far. You know what I mean? Because it started to become the same, basically, and it was
Yeah. And if you were gonna judge this fairly, if it was judged fairly in the first place, Kahana would have never been up for elimination. And I think that's what people need to remember, that it would have been between Jimbo and James. If they were actually judging this fairly, Jimbo did way worse than Kahana, and
yeah,
Kahana did better than James. So James and Jimbo would have been in the bottom.
yeah,
And who would y'all have wanted to go home, James or Jimbo?
exactly.
It would have been James.
It
You
would have
know,
been James.
though
Yeah.
I do think it's Kahana's time to leave. I don't think that she should be in the competition anymore. I think she got eliminated last week.
Yeah, which she thought she was. So funny thing, real quick, when she was at Roscoe, she was saying how it was meant for her to go home last week episode, and if Heidi didn't go, she would have went home. She said she really felt it in her heart, and she said that production didn't think that everybody was gonna, because we all saw in Untucked that all the girls ended up voting for James, and I remember you told me a story about it yesterday. I love for you to say it again once I'm finished, but basically they didn't expect them to keep Jane. Well, they didn't expect them to keep Kahana. Like production was probably under the impression that they was gonna get rid of Kahana. Kahana said that's how she felt when she was there. That they kind of messed up the plan with sending James Holmes and keeping Kahana. But
Hmm.
next week is an acting challenge. And in the preview, you should have saw Kahana's face when Ruth said it. Kahana was just like, oh my gosh, another acting challenge. So to your point, we know she hasn't done good in the acting challenge at all. So I'm not looking. I'll be honest with you. I would love for her to do a great job and just shut them all up. To be honest with you, but if
Hmm.
we're going based off history, we know what it is. I mean, if she get put in the bottom for the fourth time, unless Jimbo's in the bottom with her, which we know is not going to happen in the acting challenge, then Kahana's most likely going home. But I do hope that she does prove everyone wrong and do a great job. But I remember you telling me something yesterday about them voted for James. What was that about?
Yeah, Heidi said it was on Heidi's Instagram page. She said, and just a plug for her, you can go pay $5 for Patreon.
Okay, Heidi, play our video.
Literally, y'all could go pay for her $5 Patreon and get all the juicy details. But she was just saying how in the first challenge, James should have been in the bottom, but producers kind of protected that with a favorable edit.
That's right.
and he wasn't in the bottom because he was not getting the dance steps. He wasn't dancing. And I think it's funny that you said earlier, you made a comment, and I just put this together, but James had probably the least dance heavy choreography out of all of them.
Hmm.
And well, he did have the least dance
He did.
choreography out of all of them. And I think right there, that's another way to show favoritism
Oh
through the
yeah.
producers because they were trying to set it up for him to do a good job, even though they
Yeah,
knew he was not a dancer.
exactly.
So I do think that, the speculation is correct. I think that everybody thought Kahana was going to go home, but I think this is when the girls, you can only control so much as a producer.
Yeah.
But this is really when the girls get to step up and, kind of create their own destiny because who are they pushing? Though I don't think that they're pushing James to be the winner. I do think they were pushing him to go further and be seen more as a front runner
Hmm.
than really he should have been.
Yeah.
Though I do like James, so don't get that wrong. I do
Yeah.
like James, but when but it is but you can see it. You don't need anybody to share any behind the scenes tea to see how producers are pushing and who they're producing or who they're pushing.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I agree. All right, but overall, this was a good episode. I'm happy now that we're starting to get some excitement out of these episodes. We already know again, going to the next episode, Mama Ru had to come in the room and set the girl straight. One girl is threatening or saying that they're going to leave the competition again, but we don't know who. So I cannot wait to see next episode and see what's going on, how it's going to turn out, and where's the drama coming from. We already know that Candy made Alexis cry when they were picking roles for the next challenge. So definitely can't wait to see that. But any final thoughts or anything else you want to say, Trey, before we close this out?
I'm excited that I'm excited that we seem to be getting better TV out of this after this challenge. However, I want the producers to back off
Yep.
still. Now I must keep saying that at the end.
I agree, but we know that's not going to happen till Jimbo wins. But Jimbo's been doing great so far, and I do think Jimbo is the front runner. But Jimbo better earn it. And when we get to the top and it's a final lip sync, I don't want to see no Monet Exchange Jinx Monsoon BS. Okay, so but Jimbo is who I'm rooting for to win because I do think Jimbo has proven thus far in the competition that she's a great queen and outside of lip syncing, is really giving the girls a run for their money. So I'm excited to see what the next episode looks like, what the next runway is going to be. But until then, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe as we are trying to build this channel. So thank you so much for your support, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.